It's time! Let's get cracking. Soldier token. Rediscover the way. If you're new to the channel, I'm ZBexx, a professional cosplayer and trading card game personality. Thanks so much for joining my MTG Ambassador video. Mistrise Village. Ooh, enters tapped unless you control a mountain or forest. The Temur land. Taps to add a blue, and you can pay blue and tap it. The next spell you cast this turn can't be countered. I like that. Ooh, Warden of the Grove. Here's my first look at the treatment, which I believe will have all of the symbols in the background. This one's probably part of Abzan. Nice. Diviner of Mist. 4/5 flying dragon. When it attacks mill 4, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from your graveyard with mana value 4 or less without paying its mana cost. We have a dragon caster! Sirach, Elusive Hunter. 4/3 for 3, can't be countered. Trample? Okay, Sirach has always been one of my favorite characters from Tarkir. And the first time we saw him, he was super strong in standard, and I believe a 5/4 for 4. So he's downgraded power and mana cost wise a little bit. But in addition to can't be countered and trample, whenever a creature you control or a creature spell you control becomes a target of a spell or an ability an opponent controls, draw a card. Let me tell you, this is like almost Leovold just without you. It's the creatures. Sirach, Elusive Hunter. I cannot wait to play this card in a deck. It does die to Lightning Bolt, but still, baby, I love you. Ah! Okay, Swamp, Dragon's Eye, yes, please. Gonna need so many of those. Disruptive Stormbrood, Teeming Dragonstorm, Knockout Maneuver, Roiling Dragonstorm, Whale of War, Roamer's Routine, Sandskitter Outrider, Arishin Sun's Shield, Dirger Island Dragon. I usually open a box of each set of Magic and Lorcana, but you'll find me doing a lot of cosplay and dance content on the channel too. I hope you'll hit subscribe. Warrior token, Sirach, Elusive Hunter. We've got the foil with the 57 frames treatment. Yeah! I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Dragonologist with the Draconic border. A 3-mana human wizard, 1/3. When this creature enters, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal an instant, sorcery, or dragon from among them. Put into your hand. Rest bottom of the library. Random order. Untapped dragons you control have hexproof. Let's go. Love it. I love it. Cool. Everybody with a dragon deck needs that. So good. Kotis the Fang Keeper. Sultai. 2/1 Indestructible Zombie Warrior. When it deals combat damage to a player, exile the top X cards of their library. Where X is the amount of damage dealt, you may cast any number of spells with mana value X or less from among them without paying their mana cost. Whoa. Okay. Kind of reminds me of like Hostage Taker, except you don't have to pay the mana cost and X, and if you make this thing bigger. Whoa. Infantry Shield. Menace, Mobilize X. X equal to power. The Great Arishin City. Our Abzan Glory, my favorite of all of the Abzan house, the best clan. And you can exile a creature card from your graveyard to make a spirit token. Ooh, look at that pretty island. Okay, so not a Dragon's Island in every pack. We got really lucky with that first one, I guess. Dirger Island Dragon. Feral Death Gorger, Sonic Shrieker, Bone Cairn Butcher, Sun Peril Kirin, Dragonstorm Globe, Fire Rim Form, Windscarred Crag, and Fortress Kin Guard. If you want to grab any singles from Tarkir Dragonstorm, make sure to check out either of my sponsors, Addictive Behaviors, my family's local game store, where you can find thousands of singles at ccgobsession.com. Or Cool Stuff Inc., where you can also find lots of card singles, and you can use the code ZBexx for 5% off your order. Spirit, Yathen, Road Watcher, Abzan, 3/3 Human Scout. When this creature enters, if you cast it, mill 4 cards. When you do, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Pretty good on enters. You can be pretty aggressive with this early on. All Out Assault. 5-mana enchantment. Creatures you control get +1/+1 and Death Touch. When this enters, if it's your main phase, there's an additional combat phase after this phase, followed by an additional main phase. When you next attack this turn, untap each creature you control. Just more of the aggravated assaults, please. We need all of them. All of them, please. Zurgo, Thunder's Decree. Just straight Mardu, 2/4, mobilize 2. During your end step, warrior tokens you control have this token can't be sacrificed because, of course, Khans of Tarkir. Tarkir is a warrior place. Iron Will Forger. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control your commander, target non-legendary creature you control gains Myriad until the end of turn. Whoa, that's fun. That could be really broken because Myriad, you're making the copy of the tokens that attack each opponent. Wow, that's pretty exciting. New way forward, Jeskai. The next time a source of your choice will deal damage this turn, prevent that damage. When damage is prevented this way, New way forward deals that much damage to that source's controller, and you draw that many cards. This is so cute. I'm putting this in my Mario Kart deck. It's a little expensive, mana cost wise, but I might look and see if there's room for it. It's very cute. Draws you cards. That's the key that makes up for the expense. And if you block a one big hit, it could be really good. Oh, I got a regular non-foil Dragoneye land and Sonic Shrieker, Whirling Wing Stormbrood, Attuned Hunter, Salt Road Skirmish, Loxodon Battle Priest, Champion of Dushan, Kintree Nurturer, Swiftwater Cliffs, and Salt Road Pack Beast. The channel is sponsored by Ultimate Guard. I'm sleeving all of my favorite cards with katanas. Make sure you check out my link below in the description so you can get all of the same great products that I enjoy using. Stillness in Motion. 2-mana enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, mill 3 cards. Then if your library has no cards in it, exile this enchantment and put 5 cards from your graveyard on top of your library in any order. This is an interesting card for any Doomsday players. Scavenger Regent. Ooh, nice. Nature's Rhythm. Look at that fun new tutor. Kotis, Sib-Sig Champion, Sultai Commander card. Once during each of your turns, you may cast a creature spell from your graveyard by exiling 3 other cards in addition to paying its other costs. And whenever 1 or more creatures you control enters, if 1 or more of them entered from a graveyard or was cast, put 2 +1/+1 counters on Kotis. Smile at Death. I love that they use the Theros enchantment border on these ones. So pretty in foil. At the beginning of your upkeep, return up to 2 target creature cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of those creatures. This card is going to make little decks go wild. The white weenies, they're here for it. All right, they got a nice mountain. Sagu Wildling, Jeskai Monument, Quarry Mountain Stalwart, Strategic Betrayal, Meticulous Artisan, Cruel Truths, Temur Devotee, and Jungle Hollow. Spirit, Great Irration City, I love it. Kishla Village, nice. Got the Sultai one. Surveil 2 for the bonus. Fangkeeper's Familiar, Sultai Snake. When this creature enters, choose 1, gain 3 life, and Surveil 3, destroy target enchantment or counter target creature spell. It's got flash. Hammerhead Tyrant. Oops, 6 mana, 6/6 dragon. Flying. Cast a spell. Whenever you cast a spell, return up to 1 target non-land permanent an opponent controls with mana value less than or equal to that spell's mana value to its owner's hand. It's kind of like a Tide Spout Tyrant, but dragon style. Voice of Victory. Hey, we also love more. Your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. Silence. Forest, Dragon Shadow, Carrot Kick, Guardian, Armament Dragon, Stalwart Successor, Nomad Outpost, Iridescent Tiger, Piercing Exhale, Storm Shriek Feral, Rebellious Strike, and Abzan Devotee. Zombie Druid, Magmatic Hellkite. Wow, 4 mana, 4/5 flying dragon. When this creature enters, destroy target non-basic land an opponent controls. Its controller searches their library for a basic land, puts it onto the battlefield tapped with a stun counter on it, then shuffles. This thing's a house. This thing's awesome. Just on Hill Giant Curve alone. Plus, we love a little land destruction. Sure, you might be able to still have your color, but we can take you off a dual land or a Field of the Dead. New Way Forward. Very nice treatment. Glacier Wood Siege. A 3 mana green-blue enchantment. As it enters, choose Temur or Sultai. Temur, whenever you cast instant or sorcery spell, target player mills 4 cards. Sultai, you may play land cards from your graveyard. These enchantments, these sieges have such a callback feel to the original sieges where you chose Khans or dragons, but this time you're choosing between the clans. Become the Avalanche. Draw a card for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. Then creatures you control get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of cards in your hand. Woo! I think Rishkar's Expertise or Return of the Wild Speaker just got potentially a new upgrade or alternative card slot. Narset, Jeskai Waymaster. Fabulous. Beginning of your end step, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw cards equal to the number of cards you've cast this turn. And a swamp. Whirlwing Stormbrood, Riling Dawnbreaker, Rainveil Rejuvenator, Veteran Ice Climber, Breaching Dragonstorm, Snakeskin Veil. Oh, I love that. Tranquil Cove, Dispelling Exhale, and Unburied Earth Carver. I think we need a Beagle Break. Bird Token, Warden of the Grove, foil. So dark for green. Put this in like a nice Golgari +1/+1 counter deck. It's on theme. Meringue River Regent, 6/7 flyer. And of course the Omen, draw 3 cards and discard a card. Not bad if you need to use it a little earlier. Kore Mountain Monastery. Hey, we got the Jeskai one. I think we're only missing one of them to complete the set of the borderless. Teval's Judgment, 3 mana enchantment. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Draw a card, create a treasure token, or create a zombie. Awaken the Honored Dead. Sultai Saga. Destroy target non-land permanent. Mill 3 cards. And when you may discard a card, when you do, return target creature or land from your graveyard to your hand. Kind of a nice callback to a little Villainous Wealth styling. Swamp! Teeming Dragonstorm. Karakik Guardian. Jeskai Brushmaster. Descendant of Storms. Corroding Dragonstorm. Reputable Merchant. Croteak Nestguard. Delta Bloodflies, Bearer of Glory. Elephant. Ugin, Eye of the Storms! Yes! We did it, fam! Look at how beautiful he is! Even has the freaking Ugin border down there. Oh, this is great. Whenever you cast this spell, exile up to 1 target permanent that's 1 or more colors. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, exile up to 1 target permanent that's 1 or more colors. +2, add you gain 3 life and draw a card. 0, add 3 mana. -11, search your library for any number of colorless non-land cards. Exile them, then shuffle. Until end of turn, you may cast those cards without paying their mana cost. Just any of them. You may cast them without paying their mana cost. Oh! This is just the regular one. The borderless one? I don't know. Whatever it is, it's freaking gorgeous. Oh, Ugin, Eye of the Storm. You'll get a katana, my friend. Windcrag Siege. I love a good siege. Choose Mardu or Jeskai. Mardu, if creature attacking causes a triggered ability, it triggers an additional time. Jeskai, beginning of upkeep, create a 1/1 goblin creature token. It gains lifelink and haste until end of turn. Cool. Sirach, Elusive Hunter. 1 more and I have a whole play set. I think it's good enough you could play a 4 set and then standard. It's obnoxious enough. Teval, the Balanced Scale. Yes! We got the Commander Dragon, Spirit Dragon. 4/4 flyer for 4. Whenever it attacks, mill 3 cards, return a land from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Let's see those landfall combos. Whenever 1 or more cards leaves your graveyard, create a 2/2 black zombie druid creature token. Ah, so amazing. Magmatic Hellkite Forest, Boulderborn Dragon, Direger Island Dragon, Karu Goldkeeper, Auroral Procession, Teeming Dragonstorm, Monastery Messenger, Summit Intimidator, Ringing Strike, Mastery, Caustic Exhale. Warrior, Flamehold Grappler. We got the foil version. I like those hands. 3/3 first strike. When it enters, copy the next spell you cast this turn when you cast it. You may choose new targets for the copy. Ambling Stormshell. 5/9 Turtle. Turtle Tribal. Rediscover the Way. Non-foil this time. Welcome the Dead. 4 mana sorcery with flashback 6. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card and lose 2 life. Create X 2/2 black zombie creature tokens, where X is the number of cards that were put into your graveyard from your hand or library this turn. Could be quite a few if you're doing it with some other things. Whoa! We got a Foil Mox Jasper? Yo, this thing is insanely beautiful. It looks like the eye of the dragon itself. Do you see that? The pupil with the, like, the head behind it, skin behind it, the scales, the eye. Whoa, oh my gosh, absolutely gorgeous. Very nice. And a mountain. Sagu Wilding, Border-born Dragon, Defibrillating Current, Frontier Bivouac, Constrictor Sage, Dustiet, Earth Carver, Dismal Backwater, Humbling Elder, and Alicia's Legacy. Soldier Token, Sage of the Skies, 2/3 Monk. We got a Jeskai here, you can tell in the background. When you cast this spell, if you cast another spell this turn, copy this spell. Flying and lifelink. Anafenza, Unyielding Lineage. We always love an Anafenza as Abzan house people. Flash, First Strike, 2/2 for 3 mana. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, Anafenza endures 2. United Battlefront. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put up to 2 non-creature, non-land permanent cards with mana value 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. We definitely love more white ramp spells. That means you can get artifacts, lands, or planeswalkers. Oh, no, you can't get lands. That means you can get artifacts, planeswalkers, enchantments. It's not a ramp spell. I mean, it is, if you get the rocks. Artifact, enchantment, and planeswalker decks might find this card pretty handy. Transforming Flourish. A 3-mana instant with Demonstrate. Destroy target artifact or creature you don't control. If that permanent is destroyed this way, its controller exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. Then they may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Oh, Chaos Warp! What will be on the other side of the Transforming Flourish? What a fun twist. Every red commander deck should want this. I'm always a fan of the Chaos Warp. Belothar, Dawn of the Abzan. Foil! 3 for 3. Trample. Whenever it enters attack, you may sacrifice a non-land permanent. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. There is some good little mobilize tokens to use for that. Plains. Roiling Dragonstorm, Corroding Dragonstorm, Mammoth Bellow, 100 Battle Veteran, Bewildering Blizzard, Boulderborn Dragon, Twin Bolt, Undergrowth Leopard, Lightfoot Technique. Warrior Token. Verdant Catacombs! Special Guest Foil! Wow, we loved a party where Dragon Lords once schemed. Their memory now dissipates. You don't know, but right now we Like to Party by the Vega Boys is playing. I can't play it because I want to keep my video on the YouTubes. Wow! Wow! Hey yeah, hey yeah. Lotus Light Dancers. Your girl ZBexx loves a dancer. I should probably make a dancer deck. 5 mana 3/6 Zombie Bard. When this creature enters, search your library for a black card, a green card, and a blue card. Put those cards into your graveyard, then shuffle. For the reanimation. Frostcliff Siege. Jeskai or Temur. Jeskai. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Temur, creatures you control get +1/+0 and have trample and haste. Arbor Adherent, 4 mana dork, but not only does it add a mana of any color, but you can tap to add X mana of any one color, where X is the greatest toughness among other creatures you control. Do some dumb, cheap Colossus Hammer-ish type stuff. Yeah. Warden of the Grove. Okay, nice. Nice foil. Island. Another Dragon's Eye. Storm Shriek Feral. Storm Shriek Feral. Mardu Monument. Synchronized Charge. Equilibrium Adept. Rescue Leopard. Segu Wildling. Rugged Highlands. And Worthy Cost. Last pack luck. Last pack luck. Last pack luck. Woo! Oh, copy token. That is one of the coolest copy tokens I have ever seen. Jeskai Revelation foil. Ooh, 7 mana instant. Return target spell or permanent to its owner's hand. Jeskai Revelation deals 4 damage to any target. Create 2 1/1 white monk creature tokens with prowess. Draw 2 cards. You gain 4 life. There's a whole pile spaghetti of Jeskai goodness. Crater Huff Behemoth! Thank you for coming to the party. If you're not already subscribed, this is a reason to, because this guy's hanging out here. Don't need no introduction, because I look so stunning. Severance Priest. When this creature enters, target opponent reveals their hand. You may choose a non-land card from it. If you do, exile that card. And when this creature leaves battlefield, the exiled card's owner creates an XX white spirit creature token, where X is the mana value of the exiled card. Will of the Mardu. Choose one. If you control a commander as you cast this spell, you may choose both. Oh, we have some new commander value spells. What's this? So for 3 mana instant, either create a number of 1/1 red warrior creature tokens equal to the number of creatures target player controls. Will of the Martyr deals damage to target creature equal to the number of creatures you control. Okay, cool. Not quite as strong as the maneuvers and such, but good. I like these modal cards that matter for commanders, that are good on their own but are busted with commanders. You know, this one in the right deck. Windcrag Siege foil. A Dragon's Eye for my last basic. Riling Dawnbreaker. Runescale Stormbrood. Armament Dragon. Duty Beyond Death. This card is so great. Shocking Sharpshooter. Temur Tawnyback. Jeskai Devotee. Tempest Hawk, and Riverwalk Technique. So in my collector booster box, I only got 4 out of 12 Dragon Eye arts. That's 1 out of every 3 collector booster packs from my experience, and only 1 of those was foils. These foils are going to be a little bit harder to pull. I found 1 in my entire box, but I certainly love these with all of the shadows of the dragons from above, and can't wait to spice up my decks with some pretty lands. Fence lands. Some amazing pulls, both in the flavor of Tarkir and some classic magic hits that could go in quite a few decks. Thanks so much for being here, Fab Fam. You are fabulous.